Temperature rising, vision blurring, rage taking over.
Here's Paul Calvisi.
I'm ready. I'm 100% ready. I'm telling you I'm ready.
And Ron Wolfley.
It doesn't get any better than that.
Unleash the fury!
All right, Red Sea, here we go. Where would you rather be, Red Sea? That's a rhetorical question on this glorious Arizona December evening here at Trophy and Chandler on the Big Red Rage. Although I look down there and I can tell that Ron Wolfley needs a reminder as to how good he has it right now.
Why's that, Paul?
Well, Wolf, your hometown, the reason you left decades ago, the Buffalo Bills canceled practice today amid more than 2 feet of snow. Okay,
It happens, Paul.
They had to handle team meetings virtually. In fact, the National Weather Service says the nearby vicinity of Orchard Park, your hometown,
There it is.
received 30 inches of snow through Thursday morning.
Oh, that is awesome, man. That really is. It's the snow belt, Paul. You know that. Orchard Park is right in the middle of the snow belt.
Yeah, well, we have someone tonight, among other things, who knows a thing or two about snow. After 4 years, 4 glorious years in the Big Ten, he's nodding accordingly. How about it, everyone? Max Melton, second-round rookie.
How y'all doing?
I mean, Max, you could have ended up in Buffalo. You could have ended up in Green Bay, something like that. I mean, how much are you enjoying December in Arizona right now?
I'm loving it. 75, 80 every day. Like, it doesn't get better than that. And being from New Jersey, like, forget about where I played. Just being in New Jersey, I get those winds where it feels like 12 degrees outside, where we had them single-digit days. Oh, it's 8 degrees outside. So being this time of year and being in Arizona, like, y'all know how blessed y'all is. And I hope I could be here a long time.
So, Max, what kind of season do you feel like you're having so far? And I'm talking about you personally, not the team collectively, but your rookie season personally. What kind of season do you feel like you're having?
A trending season.
Trending?
Yeah. As soon as I got in, it was a lot of rookie bumps, But as soon as the years start progressing, I just keep getting better and better. And by the end of the year, I hope I reach my full potential with my rookie year. So yeah, I would say a trending season.
I've got another thing I want to say, Paulie, right now, okay? There was an article on ESPN that ranked the top 10 rookies in the National Football League right now, based on their rookie season. Right?
Okay.
Top 10 rookies in the National Football League. Marvin Harrison Jr. was number 9.
Dang.
Thought that was interesting right there. Marvin Harrison Jr., number 9. Then they went down with about 3 or 4 more categories, and they said some other things about the rookie. Rookie most likely to possibly be a Pro Bowler, whatever it may be eventually. But they had another question that said, who is the rookie that is going to make the biggest jump from year 1, his rookie year, to year 2? And you know what they said? Max Melton. Wow. Of all the rookies in the National Football League, they picked Max Melton to make the biggest jump from his rookie season to year 2. What did they see in Max? What did they see?
They saw a trending season, like I said, and they see I'm heading in the right direction. Like, all I needed was to get my feet wet. Once I get my feet wet, I'm taking the cannonball in the pool. So that's all I got to say about that. But, I appreciate ESPN. They got a lot of good analysts over there. But, yeah, I'll just keep my head down, keep working, and I'll eventually be where I want to be.
I love that right there. Keep your head down, right?
Exactly.
Always keep your head down, man.
Like,
Stay humble.
I never, unless somebody sends me something, I rarely see what ESPN says or what Twitter or X is now, what it's called. But I rarely see those things, but unless somebody sends it to me. But try to just block out the outside noise as much as you can, because the time you're spending on that is the time you could be spending getting yourself better, So that's how I look at it.
Huge.
The fact that they picked a cornerback as the breakout player, that's remarkable. I mean, that's a compliment times 10.
Nah, it really is. Corner is the hardest position physically in football.
And we're going to get into what Budda Baker has said about your development, okay, a little later, what Jonathan Gannon has said about your development. But just give us a quick thought. Like, we're going to talk about this Seattle game. Talk about going against some of the elite, the best of the best receivers week in, week out. Think of the teams and the receiver rooms you guys have played this year, from Miami to Chicago, the Jets, Seattle, 2 of the last 3 games. What have you learned about NFL receivers?
It's nothing new, to be honest with you. Like, playing in the Big Ten in college, like, we always play against the best receivers in the nation, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember my freshman year, we playing Ohio State. This is my freshman year, COVID year. I guarded Chris Olave, Garrett Williams, and Jammo. Man coverage, like the whole game. My freshman year, you know what I'm saying? Straight off high school. So playing the best receivers isn't nothing to me like that. I've been doing that. So, but a lot of respect to those guys. But we went out there with a plan, and we executed it. So with a lot of those games, we had good games in the back end versus them. But it's all in the preparation.
Max, when we say Seattle Seahawks 30, Arizona Cardinals 18, what do you think of first?
Opportunity. It was an opportunity that we didn't hold on to. You know what I'm saying? So we still got a whole another 4 games ahead of us. That's a quarter of the season. You know what I'm saying? So and everything we want is still out in the open. So being that we lost that game, the season's not over. You know, things could turn this way, that way, and we're in playoffs on the wild card, just like that. So
Here's your quarterback, Kyler Murray, after the 30-18 loss against Seattle.
Tough part is understanding the opportunity that we had. Felt like we didn't give them our best at all, either opportunity that we had to play against them. Not only that, just, the implications that were part of the game. Obviously, we weren't thinking about that, but we understood what was at stake. But to let it go and not play our best is, that was the tough part.
How would you describe the vibe this week in practice? How do you think the team has responded? What sort of message have you received from the head coach?
We know what human nature is, and if you lose that many games straight, you know what human nature is going to do to you. Like put your head down, mope around, the season's over, which is not, and just like be on a bad vibe. But we've been focusing on keeping it high energy, hitting a reset, and just like taking a deep breath, because we still got, like I said, we got a quarter of the season ahead of us. So we have to take that seriously because who knows what can happen, you know what I'm saying? So it's just one game at a time, but we know everything is up for the take.
Max, when you watched the tape, how did the secondary play overall? When you guys watched it, broke it down, and evaluated yourself, how did the secondary play against Geno Smith?
Pretty good. I believe both games we played pretty good, but it wasn't enough to get the job done. So close but no cigar, you know what I'm saying? So we just need to fine-tune a couple things here and there and hold it down from here on out. But, both games I think we played exceptional, but it's little stuff here and there that we have to clean up to keep points off the board.
Here's Sean Murphy-Bunting, right? Guy in that cornerback room with you. It was right after the game in the locker room. Here's what he told us about going forward and staying locked in.
Our whole thing was really just being able to stay so locked in and so keen and knowing that this is really when the season starts. This is really when the playoff hunt goes. It's November, December, and it's playoff football, and every single game matters. Every single play matters. So you got to be locked in and dialed in and focused as much as you can so that you can get a win, because they're very crucial.
How much of what you've seen since the bye is correctable when you guys watch those 3 games?
A lot. Like, it's mistakes on the film, but it's nothing you can do but correct them, get in the film room the next day. Like, whatever you did, that's in the past now. Quarter of the season ahead of us, we got to execute. One thing we have to do is not kill ourselves. We have to go out there and execute our game plan, because we know that's what gives us the best shot to win the game.
The other thing, Jonathan Gannon said it, and then Nick Rollis said it, your defensive coordinator, motor and mode of play.
Yep.
Explain that to everyone, what they meant by that and what more they want to see.
Motor is how hard you play, basically. Like, you can be out there, you can make a tackle one play, but they might break one the next play and you're jogging, but you could have been there to save the play. So that's just play after play, how hard you play. And mode of play is like how we play. It's the things that go into like tackling and the way we get PBUs and stuff like that. It's just a lot of technique, I would say, in how we play.
So when we look at a corner's best friend, that being the pass rush, and you think of the first Seattle game, you sacked Geno Smith 5 times, really got after him a lot. He wasn't under a lot of duress this game. How much different is that for you guys in the secondary?
It's simple. If they don't get back there fast enough, we have to cover longer. But it's complementary. So if we strap everything and Geno can't go nowhere, they'll get a sack. You know what I'm saying? If somebody, let's say a D lineman comes free, but I get cooked on the route, easy read for Geno. He can toss it up there. It goes hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? So we never point fingers. We always point the thumb. What could I have done better? But they're going to have good games. They're going to have bad games. We just have to play off each other.
I love that mentality right there, Max. Not everybody has that. It's true.
You know what's interesting is I was talking to some of the guys in the locker room just about how Seattle disguises a lot of their coverages, and they said, who disguises coverages just as well and just as often? The Arizona Cardinals.
Yep.
Everybody's doing that in the NFL today. Everyone's trying to disguise it.
You got to.
So Max, give us a football 101, all right? what does that mean, disguising coverages? Is there a simple explanation? Because it is all the rage in the NFL, and I'm guessing a lot of people maybe don't follow it.
Okay, so let's say we want the quarterback to think we're in man coverage. You know, I play corner. I'm on the outside. I get up in the wide receiver's face knowing I have a deep zone, knowing I have to protect the deep ball, right? So all the way into the snap, I'm staring at the wide receiver a yard from him. Quarterback thinks it's man coverage. As soon as the ball snaps, I bail off. I start running backwards. Quarterback thinks the deep ball is open. He'll throw it up. I catch the pick. He thought it was man coverage. I actually had a deep zone. He threw a go ball into a deep zone. So that's what means disguise your coverage. Make the quarterback think you're doing one thing when you're actually doing another.
There's no doubt about it, man. And defenses are really, really good. The problem is everyone's got to be on the same page.
Yep.
Because the thing that will beat you quicker than anything else on a football field, mental errors.
Exactly.
Right, Max?
Exactly. Like, that was one thing we had to correct. Like I just said a couple of questions ago, like, you can't kill yourself. You can't do it because it's not Pee-wee. It's not high school.
No.
It's not college. It's NFL. Quarterback sees that, and the ball is gone in under a second.
You know, on that right there, Max, tell everybody just how different the NFL is than college even. Because college, I mean, it's very tough physically, of course. I think it's even more of a jump, I think, going physically from high school to college. But, man, mentally, it's so much easier than the NFL, right?
Yeah, bigger playbook, better competition, smarter competition. So you have to learn your playbook that's 3 times the size of your college playbook, and then go out play an NFL quarterback in Geno Smith, the top quarterbacks in the league, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, but you'll get to it because it's your job now. You ain't got nothing else to do.
This time last year, when your teammate Garrett Williams was a rookie, he sat right in that seat on this stage and said he was already bored with college football.
Yeah.
Because the NFL is so much more advanced and complicated. I thought that was really interesting. We'll continue with Max Melton. Hey, single game tickets on sale now. Go to azcardinals.com/buy tickets to secure your seats today. It's the Big Red Rage presented by Santan Ford and Gilbert, live from Trophy and Chandler.
Fires right side, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. Great job by Max Melton, the rookie out of Rutgers.
Max Melton on the outside, one-on-one. What a great play by the rookie.
Williams throws over the middle. Incomplete. Pass was high. Max Melton got a hand on it. Max Melton, second-round pick, having his best game.
He was playing man off.
Whatever it was terrific. Rodgers back to throw, fade, left side of the end zone. Incomplete. Max Melton with excellent coverage on Wilson. And Max Melton coming to his own here the last couple games. Fade right side into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Max Melton at the last second looked like he maybe got a hand on the ball or unlock it.
Great job by Max Melton. Made the play and got the pig out.
Great stick by Max Melton. Otherwise, that's a big play.
What a tackle by Max Melton right there. There's some green and blue feathers stacked up on the 35. Wow.
A lot of highlights for our Jim Omohundro to choose from. Let's see, against the Chargers, you had 9 tackles and a forced fumble against Ladd McConkey, fellow rookie. You had 8 tackles at Miami. How about that? We're talking about Max Melton here on the Big Red Rage, presented by Santan Ford and Gilbert, live from Trophy and Chandler, located on Queen Creek Road between Price and Dobson. We're talking to the rookie, Max Melton. And Wolf, I might not know much, but I know this much. If you're not going to tackle, you're not going to play corner for Jonathan Gannon. Correct?
You got that right, yes.
In the fact that corner is his area and position of expertise, Max.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit because, you know, I'm guessing that comes with maybe some added expectations when the head coach, that's his position.
That's his position. That's definitely his position. I practiced today. He pulled me to the side, correcting my technique, you know, so it's kind of funny. And it's good having a head coach as kind of your, like, secondary position coach because that's his job, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't take it for granted at all.
You know, when we talked to you all the way back in August, you were talking about the language and having to learn the language right now. How are you doing with that in terms of learning the language of the National Football League?
It's embedded in me now. Now I got it. Like, now it's like full go. I can spit it out to you like it's my first language, so it was a transition coming from college to NFL because one coverage might be called the same thing, or one coverage might be the same thing but
Right.
called differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So yeah, I definitely got the language down now though.
So how much has that improved you as a player because you have that language down?
I don't gotta think at all. I could just react to
See
stuff.
that's the
Exactly.
difference, isn't
That's
it?
exactly the difference. And the NFL, it's a game of inches. And sometimes, bro, I have photos of where it was like millimeters away from making plays. You know, so it's that hesitation you have that'll make you like a yard away from a play. You know what I'm saying? So if you eliminate that hesitation, you can make a lot of plays.
You mentioned earlier you're trending up, you're ascending. Why? Can you break that down a little bit? How and where and why are you getting better?
Kind of what I just said, taking the thinking out of things, you know. When you're out there thinking, you're not going to be at your best. You might play good still, but it's not going to be your best. And, just having the defense, it's a difference between knowing something and knowing something. We say that within the building. If you know it, then you can react. So I've just been getting more comfortable in the defense, and that's why more plays are being made.
You know, you're making an awful lot of plays on special teams as well, man.
Uh-huh.
Talk a little bit about that. How are you enjoying the special teams, Max?
It's lovely. They got me on. Well, most weeks they'll have me on every single special team, kickoff return, punt return, and I love it. It's just another play of football. I talked to you guys in August, and I said that, matter of fact. It's another play in football. So it's 33% of the game. We've seen a lot of games get won and lost all special teams, and you don't even know it. You kick a punt, you down it at the 1. It's a very low percentage that offense is going to drive 99 yards.
As a matter of fact, you said it was the biggest trade of real estate.
Exactly. It's the biggest trade of real estate in the game, you know? So you get your punt blocked like I did, I think, 4 times in college. They don't got to start all the way down there no more. We starting at the 20. We already in the red zone. Or we pick it up and score, not at special teams points. So a lot of the time, special teams determines games.
I was going to ask you about that because, you know, you look through your highlights and your stats from college, right? 2-time All Big Ten, and you had 8 picks, and you had a pick 6. You had 22 passes defense in 4 years at Rutgers, but 4 block punts.
Yeah.
What was the secret sauce there? What was the formula for you to do that?
Shiano, my head coach, my college head coach, he was a punt blocking guru. Even his first time around at Rutgers, he led the nation in block punts with the McCourtney twins. And, yeah, I was his guy. I remember he didn't even look my way when it was time to, like, punt block my freshman year. Last game of the year, versus Maryland. I'm like, Coach, let me just go block it. Like, let me just go try. You know what I'm saying? I got this close to it, and I won't forget. And he won't forget either because I was his guy from there. So the next year he put me in. I was his main punt block guy. I'm coming off the edge. I'm looping around in the middle. I'm doing all types of stuff, all types of schemes. And, I got 4 of them, so it worked.
That moment when you're actually getting it and blocking the punt.
It's scary and it's exciting because it's like, am I about to break my hand right now? Or, yeah. So, but the key to it is not going in there fearless. Like, that's just like anything in football, though. You play scared, you're going to get hurt. Like, that just is what it is.
So, Max, talk to us a little bit about your high school experience once again, because this is really fascinating to me. Tell us, where did you go to high school, and give us a little bit of the background, the sports you played or didn't play.
Okay, bet. So I went to Cedar Creek High School in Egg Harbor City, New Jersey. It's a small city in South Jersey. Growing up, I played soccer, basketball, football, and track. I think I tried baseball, but I didn't like it for real. But, yeah, so I wasn't even a DB at first. I was predominantly wide receiver. My freshman year, I started at wide receiver in high school. Sophomore year, I got into defense a little bit, played safety and wide receiver. Junior year was my first year at corner. Played corner and wide receiver. And then my senior year, I played defensive end, like a Von Miller or Hassan Reddick. And I led the state in tackles for loss because I would just run around the lineman and make the play. But I haven't seriously played corner since junior year of high school. So when I came to college, I early enrolled. And that was when COVID hit, though. So everything was virtual.
Wow.
So I'm doing the technique in front of my coach in Zoom. You know what I'm saying? He's like, nah, bend your knees more, do this more, do that more off of Zoom. So I'm learning how to play corner off of virtual. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, you open your eyes and you got the best receivers in the Big Ten in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of growing up fast. For sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of, here's Budda Baker on Max Melton's development.
I've seen him grow a lot. The knowledge of the game, played man a lot in college, so just understanding the different type of zones that, we play with, and understanding man as well, different techniques he can do, but also getting that football knowledge. He's done a great job. He's asking questions in the meetings, just getting better.
We had Rabbit on not too long ago. He said his strategy as a rookie has been to sit near the front and just listen to Budda Baker and Jalen Thompson talk football. How valuable is that? Two guys like that, the knowledge, the expertise, the skill set, right? I mean, how much have you gleaned and learned from those guys?
You see how they treat the game. I'll say how they treat the game is what sticks out the most about them. Like, they're always doing something extra. And me, Rabbit, all the young DBs, Elijah, JD, we try to follow in their footsteps because you see the success Budda had. You see the success Jalen Thompson had. So we want that same success, if not better. So we're going to do everything they're doing. So it's really just that. Once you see it, like, you know that's the right thing to do. Do it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to work out for you, and you're going to be in the league a long time.
You know, speaking of getting better right now, where, Max Melton, do you want to get better? Where do you think you need to improve?
I would say I got the language, man coverage, that been the thing. I'll just say zone then, just knowing where you're at on the field.
Playing in a zone room.
Exactly. No, because, like, Budda ain't lie. Like, it was man in college. It was man. Like, it ain't matter who we had at Rutgers. We always took pride in our DBs and, like, we going to go out here and play man. Like, let the D-line rush. Let them do whatever. And we always had success with it. Now you're in the league, and it's now it's a lot of zone and stuff like that. And you'll know your responsibility, but where you're supposed to be on the field. And remember, I brung up those inches and yards, and, like, in zone, it's a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to miss a play by this much just because you're on the wrong landmark of the field when the ball snaps.
And, Max, like so much of that, too, is just experiencing route combinations, right?
Exactly.
In different zone rooms and different concepts.
Exactly.
It's just experiencing that and being able to anticipate that.
Exactly. Once that clicked, you can run with it. You know what I'm saying? You can start baiting the quarterback now, disguise like we said earlier, and now really get comfortable and start making plays.
For those who don't know, when the Cardinals went to Green Bay, not only did they play the Packers, but Max was able to play against his older brother, Bo Melton. That was a really – tell us about that experience. In hindsight now, what stands out the most about Week 6?
What stood out the most? Nah, it was cold. It was definitely cold. It was cold and rain.
And it was raining. Yeah, that's what stands out to me.
Yeah, cold rain.
But
for sure.
Did you have flashbacks to practice at Rutgers when the two of you guys were going at it and making each other better?
Yeah, and I'm just like, dang, I'm still wearing red and he wearing green and yellow. Like, that was really the first thing that came because I lined up and I'm just like, man, uniform ugly. I'm like, nah, it's a blessing. It's really a blessing because we grew up really playing wide receiver together, but once I got to college, me and Bo went to the same college as well. I was at DB, he had wide receiver, we going at it every day. And for him to make it to the league, me make it to the league, and I get to guard him in the game, like that's crazy. It was really like I had to pause for a second when I got out there and just take it in.
So, Max, why are you such a good tackler? You're such a good tackler for a corner. Why are you?
True. I tackled my whole life. Like, that was just a thing. Like, we're not going to be afraid of nothing. We're going to stick our nose in there. And, we're going to tackle. And my high school coach was a defensive guy. We had a whole tackling system. Got even crazier when I got to Rutgers. You know, Shiano, he not going for that. So we tackling over there. We got a whole tackling system for whatever your position you're in to make the tackle, like gator roll, sweep the ankle, bite the ball. Like, I could still spit it to you just like that's my college stuff. But, so tackling was always it was always taken seriously at the corner spot because that's one thing offenses are going to do. They're going to run the ball off the edge and block everybody but the corner. And it's a one-on-one tackle with you and Derrick Henry. So
see, I see that as a mentality with you.
Exactly.
That is a mentality with you because there are corners in the National Football League don't really enjoy tackling. Ron Wolfley reporting. Don't really enjoy tackling. You're not one of those guys.
Got to stick your nose in there.
It's amazing how many corners never get off the block. You know, they just not really battling to get off the block. All right, tackling, that brings us full circle to your head coach, Jonathan Gannon. He was asked how you have progressed this season. Max Melton.
He just needs to play football, you know what I mean, and make mistakes and make plays and execute and lose at the point of attack, win at the point of attack. They're all learning experiences for him. So I like what he's doing fundamentally. In space, he's got better spatial recognition right now, what he's doing with his body, where he needs to be. He's not making mistakes he was earlier in the year just from an eye discipline to an alignment standpoint. He's taking a coach and he's running with it.
because athleticism has never been a question. I mean, Wolf, a reminder for those, you know, where we realized right after Max was drafted 43rd overall, he had the 3rd highest athleticism score among all the corners, ran a 4.39 40, over 40 inches on the vertical.
And was angry with a 4.39, were you not? A little bit? Yeah.
Let me ask you this. In terms of your confidence level competing athletically against NFL receivers, where's that at right now?
Oh, it's all the way up. It's all the way up. And it's no diss to NFL receivers or anything like that. But you really watch them on TV growing up, like, oh, my gosh, like, that was crazy. He just did something crazy. And preparing through it, and it just doesn't happen. You prepare through it throughout the week. But you get in front of them out there, and it's just like they'll run their route. And it's just like that's what I seen growing up. Like, I could do this. Like, I could guard these guys. Like, it's nothing.
I'm the sideline reporter. I see Tyreek Hill, and I'm almost apoplectic. I mean, you know, isn't that really – you get out there, Tyreek Hill, that must have been a moment because he's considered the fastest dude in the league.
Yeah, he was the #1 player in the league last year, I believe. He got ranked #1. But you really get out there and it's like, oh, okay. And some guys is like the size different, like Tyreek, like he really like right here. You know what I'm saying? And then you got guys like Keenan Allen, 6'2", 6'3", but he moves like he's 6 foot and weighs 100 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it's different out there for sure.
Give me one guy, one name that you went, wow, that's so and so. Give me one name that you just were like, oh my goodness. That dude.
Oh, you talking about Starstruck?
Yeah, man. I'm talking about just one guy that you went.
Maybe a quarterback.
No. Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
that's a good
Aaron
one
Rodgers.
right there.
No
That is a good one, yeah.
None of them really had me starstruck, but when Aaron Rodgers ran to our sideline and he didn't get hit, he just ran out of bounds and he was like arm distance away from me. I was like, man, that's Aaron Rodgers for real. I was like, yo. Nah, I can't lie.
I love that, man.
I can't lie to you.
Any trash talk with Aaron Rodgers?
Nah. You see what he do when people trash talk to him? I ain't trash talking.
That's smart, man. That's well played by you.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, learn more about Cardinals single-game tickets, the premium seating group tickets, the all-new luxury field seating experiences. Just go to azcardinals.com/tickets for all the info. We continue. Max Melton, the Big Red Rage, presented by Santan, Ford & Gilbert, live at Trophy and Chandler.
Smith takes, hands it off. Charbonnet up the middle, in trouble in the backfield. And down he goes, dropped by Budda for a loss of 1 at the 35-yard line. You know there's no quit in that guy.
It's Budda Baker, man. Like, known that guy since I was in high school, right? Just watching him play, and dang, that's gonna make him sound old. That's crazy. That's crazy. He could do that weekly. He could have 40 if he wanted to, because he's a dog, man. He's different. He's a one-of-a-kind type of player. I think everybody knows that. How does he do these things, and what's the mindset? And fearless, right? You watch him, man. That's who he is, man. Every single day, fearless.
Roy Lopez, Valley guy, right?
Yep.
He's been watching Budda, like you said, ever since high school, and that is the word, is it not? I mean, guys, Wolf, you've talked about it before, just Budda Baker, right? The ability to run into the darkness.
Yes.
And guess what? He ran into that darkness at least 18 times in this last game. A career-high 18 tackles for Budda Baker.
Crazy. Wow.
Against his hometown team, the Seattle Seahawks. We're talking about that and more with Max Melton, Cardinals rookie, here on the Big Red Rage, presented by Santan, Ford & Gilbert, live from Trophy and Chandler, located on Queen Creek Road between Price and Dobson. Your reaction when you see the box score and there's 18 tackles next to Budda Baker's name?
That's Budda. Like, that's really Budda. Like Roy Lopez said, he could have had 40 if he wanted to. Like, Budda is really that type of guy. And, yeah, he been in the league forever. And my locker is right next to his. So when I say this, he's so young. Like, his energy, just being around him, like, he's so young. And he has a lot of more football left in him. And it's crazy because I just asked him his age, and I think he said he's 28.
Correct.
Like, he don't, bruh, he's my age, for real. Like, his energy and what he can bring to the game, and 18 tackles, that's crazy. But he has a lot of years of football left in him, for sure. He's a very energetic guy.
For me, Max, the most part, every time I watch Budda Baker play the game of football, it challenges me. I think back when I was that age playing in the National Football League. Man, did you try as hard as Budda Baker? I think he has that impact on everybody that is on the field. I talk about it all the time to a lot of guys that come on here with the Big Red Rage, but it's so important. This is a guy who sets the example for you and everybody else that's out there on the field competing, isn't it?
Exactly, and I don't take it for granted at all that I'm in the same room as him, because it's like he really sets an example every single day. And when he calls it up on the field right after our individual practice and we go to team practice, like he lets us know what the vibe is every day. And just go out there, compete, try your best because you are the best. I remember when the beginning of the year, you know what I'm saying, when I was out there competing, he's like, yo, like, you are the best. And I took it in one day. I was like, all right, I'm about to play like it. And I played like it, and I've been progressing, you know what I'm saying? So it's just him having.
So he challenged you.
Exactly. Like, it's straight like that. And I took it and I ran with it. I'm like, yo, I am the best. Like, I know what I can do out here, so let me go do it. You know what I'm saying? So, props to Budda for that. Like, he's a very energetic and young-souled guy, though.
See that, Paulie? That is leadership right there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is. Not only demonstrating it based on how you go out and play, but also what you're doing, the interaction with your teammates.
Exactly.
That is invaluable.
Exactly.
Zaven Collins said the other day that Budda Baker holds everyone accountable. And sometimes it's not always in the friendliest way.
Yeah.
And he'll do it right on the spot.
Yeah.
On the field in a meeting room. Okay.
Yeah, that's how Budda is. But, like, you got to know that, like, coming into the league, like, you're held accountable every single day. Every move you make, everything you put in your body, like, you're held accountable for it. So he holds you accountable right there. I remember we had a backer that didn't hit a certain drop in our zone coverage, and it seemed like it was Budda's fault because the ball was caught around Budda, but it wasn't his fault at all. It was like one of those coverages. I can't explain it to you. But he pulled the youngin right to the side, like, nah. After practice, he had him work the drop like 10 times, like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just one example. But he's a true born leader.
Here's Jonathan Gannon on Budda Baker having, again, 18 tackles.
Yeah, that's a lot. He played well. He's a competitor. He's an ultimate competitor. And, you know, when he's out there, he's playing football. You know what I mean? So that just shows you the type of person and competitor that he is.
So we host Jonathan Gannon's weekly TV show, Game Plan. Wolf, you should ask Max the question that you asked Jonathan Gannon about Budda Baker. Remember the question about...
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, to Budda Baker, I asked JG, Jonathan Gannon, of course, whether the way he plays was something that was learned or is it something that is innate? Which one is it? Is it learned? Is it coached? Or is it innate inside of you to go out and play the way that he does?
All of the above.
All of the above.
All of the above. Because let me tell you, some people just have it in them to want to go out, put football pads on, and run through a brick wall time after time. Some people don't, and it's taught. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, Budda just has it in him.
Yes.
He's talking about Budda. He just has it in him. Like,
it is innate with Budda.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. Budda, he didn't have to play football his whole life.
That's what JG said,
the first time he put on pads, he's going to run through somebody. Like, Budda just has it in him. But when it comes to just in general, it's all the above. It can be taught.
Yeah.
That's when we go back to motor.
I like that, Max. Yeah,
exactly.
in general. But when you're talking about Budda, it's innate.
It's innate.
Well, what's interesting, too, is Elijah Jones, your fellow rookie, right? Round 3 rookie corner. I remember him saying, and this was in the offseason, saying his welcome to the NFL moment was he's on the field, he's making a call, and he turns around to bark it out, and Budda Baker's behind him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
a lot of that's going to hit you fast, too. Like, when you get drafted, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to this team. But, like, yo, who's on that team? Like, all right, bet you get off the plane, you walk in the building, you walk past Kyler Murray, you walk past James Conner, you walk past Budda. And it's like, oh, snap. Like, I forget, like, there's people on this team, like real, like, big contract people on this team, you know what I'm saying? And then you go out in competition, and then you go out there and there's Aaron Rodgers and stuff like that. And you forget about the defensive guys, too. Like, we go out to play Miami, and, you know, we game plan all week, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, you know what I'm saying? And then you get out there, and you're doing warm-ups, and it's like, oh, snap, I forgot. They got Jalen Ramsey, too. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you're going to meet a lot of people, and, yeah, it's all a blessing.
By the way, in Miami, did you see 6'8" Calais Campbell? Because he hosted this show for a good 4 or 5 years when he was an Arizona Cardinal. He sat up right here on this stage for 4 or 5 years. All right, speaking of rookies, Drake May is the New England Patriots starting quarterback right now. Did you come across Drake May in the whole draft process at all? Or I mean, did you
in the elevator of the combine. In the elevator of the combine, he comes in. He got his headphones on. He's all juiced up. It's like 4 of us in there. And everybody's mad big. I'm in there with like 3D linemen, and so it's really 5 of us. But like he's just like pumped up. He's like, "Yo, what's up, guys?" Like we don't even know him, like, you know what I'm saying? But like he's just like pumped up, and he was ready for the combine. But he a good guy, you could tell. But yeah, that was the only interaction I had with him.
Well, here's your defensive coordinator, Nick Rawls. Now that you have to defend Drake May on Sunday.
He can beat you in a lot of different ways. I think the thing that's really standing out is he's got arm talent, and he can put it in precise locations, but then also when it's not there, dangerous with his legs. Really good when he's moving out of the pocket. So these quarterbacks these days, man, they're all so dynamic. You got to account for the arm talent and the legs. So really good player.
I'm guessing there's going to be a moment or two where you're going to be attempting a tackle on Drake May. He does not hesitate to run it, does he?
He doesn't. I think he ran a 4.8 at the combine. It might have 4.6 or 4.8. It was one of those. And some people say that's not generally fast, but on film, like he's a lot faster than what he ran. So we have to take that into account. Like he's not going to sit in the pocket and when nothing's there, just take the sack or throw it away. Like, no, he's going to try to get out with his feet.
So the Patriots, of course, number 13 in rushing yards per game, number 9 in rushing yards per play. They can run the football. There's no doubt about it. Ramondre Stevenson, talk about this guy, what you've seen on tape. That guy is a tough tackle.
Big guy. Yeah. 225, I believe. And, he's a downhill runner. You know what I'm saying? So when the play comes my way, like that play I explained to y'all before, they're going to block everybody and leave the corner and the running back one-on-one. I'm going to make that play. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just everybody doing their job. And when the play comes to you and he comes to you, use that tackling system that I also talked about before and get him down. We got to kill the motor, kill the legs. You know what I'm saying? But if you stick them, stick them. But, kill the engine.
If you make that play, like in the first quarter early, do they stop going at you? Are there times where they'll make the adjustment? Like, do you have to prove yourself early, especially?
Yeah, a lot of times it's like that. Whatever weakness you show, they're going to come back to that at some point in the game. You know what I'm saying? They're going to come back to it. So definitely got to make that tackle because I ain't trying to tackle that much.
Well, I want to get into a little bit about quarterbacks in the NFL, what you've learned about quarterbacks, maybe what separates some of those guys you've gone against, and maybe what the Cardinals can do against a rookie. You know, he has 8 starts under his belt. We'll get into that a little bit when we come back. Hey, check out the latest episode of the Dave Pasch Podcast via Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the Cardinals official YouTube page, youtube.com/AZCardinals. All right, we continue. Max Melton, Cardinals' second-round rookie, number 43 overall. We are live from Trophy and Chandler on Queen Creek Road between Price and Dobson. It is the Big Red Rage, presented by Santan Ford and Gilbert. We are Santan Ford.
First and goal on the 2. Cardinals looking to tie the game. Snap to Palmer, going to throw. Lobs it left side of the end zone for Fitz. He's on the ground, and he still caught it! The century mark for Larry Fitzgerald. Career touchdown number 100. And the Cardinals tie the game at 20.
You line him up in the slot and throw the fade. Larry touches the ball as he's going down and somehow pinned it to his helmet. What a catch by Larry.
Should we expect anything else? A historic moment and a ridiculous catch for the future Hall of Famer.
Great call. Even better catch. Larry Fitzgerald doing Fitz things, just ridiculous. Hall of Fame, first ballot. You can book it. That was against New England, 2016. Max Melton is our guest, second-round rookie corner. So the question to you, Max, you came into the league. Was there a particular receiver? Am I out of line to ask? Can you name names? Was there somebody, man, I'd love to go against that guy. I'd love to test my mettle against that particular NFL receiver.
Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Keenan Allen. I already guarded Garrett in college. I'll say those 3.
That's pretty good right there.
Yeah.
How often do you go against Marvin Harrison Jr. in practice?
In camp, it was a lot, but now that the season's going, not so much. You know, we preparing for the other team, so we have scout team and players to mimic the other team. So I don't go against them that much anymore. But when we still go good on good once in a while. So it'll be 1-versus-1s, and I'll go against them. But not as much as camp, but a handful.
So I asked you this back in August. I'm very interested to see your answer now. What technique do you like to play the most? What technique in terms of man, press man off, zone room? What technique do you like to employ the most now?
This would be good because I don't even remember what I told you in August, but now it's press man, motor. And motor is different from bump. Did I say that?
Yeah, man.
I did.
No, press man, I think that's what you said back then. Press man, but why do you say motor?
Motor is different because motor you give ground. So you're still in the receiver's space, but you give ground a little bit when the ball snaps. Bump is different. Bump, when the ball snaps, I'll try to get my hands on the receiver right now and try to be more aggressive. Exactly. But bump motor because, like, I don't need to touch you. I trust my speed. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just like you're not going to run by me. So we're just going to play football.
See, to me, I would call that press man off. That's what they would call it because you're in a press position, but you're not really bumping them. You're not trying to jam them. You're actually trying to stay with a man off.
Right.
That's cool.
Wolf's getting all technical. I'm going to do what I do best. I'm going to ask the dumb guy question. I remember in August you mentioned you teased a celebration you had in mind related to the original Mad Max movie.
I couldn't do it because they throwing flags if you do anything gun related. And you know, Mad Max had the gun. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I can't do it.
Okay. All right. And tell everyone, was it this summer where you actually had a lot of tattoo work done?
Yeah.
To the point where you actually decided to be put under?
Yeah. That was crazy. I had seen it. I think the first time I seen it was high school. And then in college, more and more athletes and more like celebrities were doing it. I think Bron did it. Just really name them. Anybody has a lot of tattoos, they either went to Ganga, which is in California, or Ortega, which is out Arizona, Glendale, Arizona. I got drafted out here. I'm like, I might as well go to Ortega. So Ortega good peoples too. He's great. And so I went under for it. Woke up 8 hours later and your whole body tatted, and you're just like, wow.
Yeah, look at Max. Paulie's asking you all these personal questions. Okay, I'm not going to ask you that, all right? I want to know about the New England Patriots right now. When you actually watch them on tape, their passing attack specifically, what are you seeing?
They have potential and they have a lot of talent. You know what I'm saying? They're a young team, and like Drake May, they starting quarterback's a rookie. They got 2 rookie wide receivers. Both of them I trained with actually in XPE in Fort Lauderdale, Polk and Javon. But they have a lot of talent. They got LSU at wide receiver, number 9. 3 from Liberty. I can spit their whole wide receiver line.
Douglas.
Exactly. And then so Bourne out there. But they have a lot of talent. But one thing we can do is take that up, and we can go man, we can go zone, we can do whatever we want and be comfortable in that because we believe in what we do more than our competition.
It's really important to kind of mix that up, is it not?
For sure.
Yes.
For sure. We're going to mix it up for sure. You never want to give the same look. That's just football 101. Never get the same look too many times because they're going to adjust to it and they're going to attack you accordingly.
All right, here's Jonathan Gannon on what stands out about the Patriots.
Coach Mayo's done a good job. They play extremely hard. That jumps out. They're well coached. They play with good fundamentals. Defensively, they give you some challenges with structures and people. Very creative. Offensively, the quarterback's playing pretty good. He's a mobile guy. We got to do a good job on him. And then special teams, they got some guys that can impact the game. So all 3 phases, we got to be on it.
What have you learned about NFL quarterbacks? Obviously, they all have arm talent. They all have talent. But what else have you learned about NFL caliber quarterbacks?
They're so different. And week to week, it's like you're getting darn near a completely different guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're about to verse a rookie in Drake May. A couple weeks ago, it was Aaron Rodgers. I remember in training camp when we did the joint practice, Joe Flacco, like, It's
Right.
so many different
Versus
types
Anthony
of guys.
Richardson.
Exactly,
Totally different.
exactly.
Yes.
And yeah, so you can get a run-heavy guy, a guy who doesn't leave the pocket, and Aaron Rodgers nowadays, like, he would not leave the pocket. And it's just the diversity in the quarterbacks nowadays where it's like, okay, you have to lock in week to week to know what you're getting.
Yes or no answer to this question right here. Do they let you choose what technique you want to play when you play man? Do they let you
In
choose?
certain defenses, you have to play this. But mostly yes. Mostly yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Max, we really enjoyed it. And to come full circle, breakout rookie going into year 2, Wolf, just wait. This time next year, cannot wait to see where Max Melton ends up in this league. Special thanks, as always, Jim Almohandro, Cody Fincher, Walt Ellis, Lawrence Ellis, Evan Reiser, Ron Wolfley, and Max Melton. I'm Paul Calvisi. This has been the Big Red Rage presented by Santan Ford and Gilbert.
Ciao.
Appreciate y'all.